All right, we're here with Andrew Sunderman, the VP of Product Creation and Delivery for PTx. How you doing, Andrew?
Doing very well. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you, and it's partly because it's been about a year or so since AGCO created or did the biggest deal in ag history with that kind of acquisition of 85% of the Trimble assets to create PTx. How are things going? Talk a little bit about how are things going, how the product innovation's going there.
Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, like you said, I mean, this is show number 2 in North America as PTx, and so it's pretty crazy to think of all the things that have taken place over that last time period. I mean, we've created a new business, PTx Trimble, as you said. We've launched a new brand with PTx and a new identity for our PTx Trimble and precision planting products, and we've continued to bring new products to the market to really meet the needs of customers through some challenging times. And so, as I look at what are some of the highlights for customers, what a farmer might care about, 2 main things come to mind. One is new products that we've brought to market. Whether that's in our autonomy products that we have here on display for the grain cart operation, and now launching this year at Farm Progress Show, our autonomous tillage operation, as well as some of our camera-based systems to better target weeds and spray specific things in the field. Or if it's our digital platform, so our PTx Farm Engage, our new product to really make sure that we're connecting the infield and the office. The last 2 years have been marked by a lot of change, a lot of transformation, but also a lot of delivery, which is really at the heart of what we try to do. So I'm excited to finally have many of these things on display here at this year's Farm Progress Show, and hope customers will enjoy that.
Yeah, you're talking about a rapid pace of delivery of new products, and I think I've heard you and I've heard Eric talk about PTx as an innovation engine.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Is it kind of where you guys are incubating all these ideas and just delivering product?
Well, that's certainly part of it, but I think our approach to do it is what makes us different.
Okay.
And so if I think about what innovation means to me, innovation isn't just about, did I create a new did I create a new patent? Did I create a new way of doing something? But it connects back to, do I understand what the problem my customer is facing?
Okay.
And so we have a saying within our company that if your boots aren't dirty, you're probably not doing your job. And that's a representation of, we want to be in the field with our customers, in our own fields, learning what exactly is going on and what's driving outcomes that may not be what we want to see. We then take that learnings and bring them inside our buildings and say, okay, how can we connect our capabilities in technology, whether that's in sensors or software or mechanical design, and solve the problem that we experienced, and then go back out in the field and prove with real demonstration to the customer, here's the problem we identified, here's how we solved it, and here's the new outcome you can expect in the product. To me, that's innovation. It's connecting the problem to a solution that ultimately has a new outcome that we can deliver. And that's at the heart of PTx.
One thing that I've heard from you guys, and I think is a real differentiator, is your retrofit first model, and AGCO really talks about that. What does that mean in terms of innovation at AGCO?
Yeah. So retrofit first. What is that? What do I want that to mean to a customer? Well, to a customer, that means choice.
Okay.
As you look at what PTx offers, we have a choice in which problems you solve. You can select one of our products, but maybe choose, I'm not ready to buy the other one, and you can piece together this customized solution for yourself. What other choice? Well, customers have a choice of what brand do they use. Why should we restrict which brand of equipment they choose to use? And so our retrofit first approach allows customers to choose what brand of machinery they use our PTx products for. We make them compatible, they choose what's best for their operation. And lastly, the other element of choice is, when do they purchase it? Do they purchase our technology when they buy a brand new machine? Or do they do this retrofit opportunity where they've got an existing machine in their fleet, but they want to bring it to the latest in technology capabilities? And this retrofit model has really helped us to expand and engage with a broader farmer base. It's helped us to really kind of model ourselves after our customers, different brands of machines, different use cases, different problems they're trying to solve. And it's helped us to build a stronger business because you constantly have to be innovating faster to keep up with the changing times and bringing new value to customers. So that's what retrofit first looks like to us.
PTx Trimble has made a lot of news lately around its automation innovation. Can you talk a little bit about how that's showing up and how you're thinking about the automation roadmap?
Yeah, so for us, we have this kind of mantra of, we want to first see what's going on. Okay. We want to understand it. There's one of my favorite pictures that we have, and it's a customer with his fingers crossed up in the air going, I don't exactly know what I just did. The monitor tells me it was 32,000 seeds per acre. Maybe it says 15 gallons an acre of my herbicide application, but what am I really doing? And so what we try to do is we try and understand what just happened? Where were my seeds placed? Was my machine in the right place? What does my yield look like? And then we automate that process. And so we're first able to shine the light to the customers about what problem they have, and then we're able to come in and say, hey, through our data that we've collected, through our information, we'll now automate this and respond faster than what you and I can do as humans. And so how this comes into play is, a couple of products that I mentioned a little bit, but our autonomy products. We are now operating machines without in-cab operators because we're able to see, we're able to understand what's going on in the environment around us, and we're able to quickly respond to those to create a clean operating environment that is doing our jobs that our farmers require as good or better than what you and I can do as an operator.
Yeah, I was over there at the demo area, and I was sitting in the cab, and then we had an autonomous tractor just come up and bring the cart next. It was really cool experience.
Yeah, I mean, lots of different customers choose to run their operations in different ways, but it's one of the things that our customers talk about. Hey, I've got some challenges where my number one goal during harvest is to keep that combine harvesting. And as we got into it, well, really what was slowing that combine down potentially was the logistics process. Did I have a cart to move grain away from my hopper? Did I have an awaiting truck? Well, if we could now prioritize making sure that somebody keeps that combine running and making sure we keep trucks on the road going back and forth to the elevator or the grain bins, we can now take that person out of the cab and free up a resource to be able to do these other tasks that otherwise would have a really adverse impact in the operation.
What do you think would surprise farmers most about PTX and its brands and what you guys are doing?
Wow, so I think we've touched on a couple of them, but I think what surprises farmers most is the choice that we give them. New machine or existing machine. Any brand of machine versus what perceived as certainly maybe only working for one brand of equipment, and also the ability to scale up and to add new capabilities year after year after year. That's a huge thing. The other thing I would say is our pace of innovation. We oftentimes think about how quickly can we bring new solutions to market because that keeps customers engaged and it generates value in their operation. And when we can generate value for our customers and be that trusted provider, we think we've got a long longevity as a business. And one of the other things that I think really surprises customers is about the types of problems we're willing to solve. We've oftentimes have customers say, hey, I perceive that to be a problem that was too difficult for anybody to want to solve. And that's kind of a motivation that keeps us going of how can we pair a pragmatism or pragmatic approach to some very difficult problems and look at our capabilities for those technologies and surprise customers go, well, actually, Mr. Farmer or Mrs. Farmer, we're able to solve that through X, Y, or Z product, and here's the demonstrated results we've seen as a result of that.
You're bringing innovation to really complex technology, but throughout the whole process, you're keeping farmers at the center. And so you guys talk a lot about this idea of farmer first.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think farmer first really means, first of all, do we understand their operation? Not are we asking how much horsepower do they need, or what tire size do they need, but do we understand what actually makes their operation tick? How they make decisions, and get into a perspective where we understand their operation so well and have a broad perspective of influences that can affect what they're trying to achieve, that we become that trusted advisor. When we have a customer that seeks our advice on something outside of our area of influence, I think that you've become a company that's farmer first.
Well, this has been great, Andrew. Thank you so much for telling me a little bit about what you do and what you're doing with PTX.
Absolutely, appreciate the time.
All right.